What's up YouTube, this is Galdi4Man221, and basically what happened was when I was doing the live commentary of this, what basically happened is somehow in my control panel my mic volume got turned down to 0. I don't know if there's like a short key I might have hit by accident to do that, but yeah, so we're getting into this battle. I'm defending another small castle. I've defended tons of different small castles, and now I really need to improve my castles in this campaign. I'm pretty happy with the support this campaign's gotten so far. I mean, part 2 is 800 views, you know. So I'm, you know, it's a good thing. I like getting more views on stuff and getting more appreciation. And I know there's been people that have been subbed to me since, you know, good old first days of the Julii campaign back in, like, I didn't start doing commentaries till, like, July 2010, so, yeah. So basically my strategy when I ever do a castle battle is to have some reserve units to keep my general away from archers and to keep my so basically what I looked at on that flank right there to the right is there's only one archer, or there's 2 archer units, so that's why I'm bringing my cav away, because I'm going to use them for later, because cavalry are really not good in sieges except for running down the enemy after. So now we're going to take some shots, and by the way our Takeda, like black and red, looks so nice. But they're just Yari Ashigaru, so I mean they're not going to be like bow samurai. Yeah, I mean this game looks like pretty glorious with the 99. Actually cost me 39 cents for the blood pack because they're having a sale. You got to take advantage of those Steam sales because, you know, weekend deals and stuff. It's a really good idea. Now those defenses are really helping me out. I mean, because I haven't lost that many troops. And now because I divide most of my army up, like I put all my troops on the right side of the castle because there were no archers on that side. Bring up my cav and my other infantry, but these guys basically have it. I got samurai retainers and then my katana samurai over there, I think. Yeah, but all my other campaigns are live commentaries. Like, oh yeah, this is what I try to do with my cavalry. I try to come outside the gate and attack their archers, but these guys were crawling on the walls there, and they kind of got stuck. So, you know, I don't want to lose Takeda. Actually, I don't think this is Takeda Shogun. So, the AI, when they notice they're losing, they're going to bring up their archers and either target my general, and for some reason my guys were like running back there, and I didn't understand why. I mean, it looked like they were running away. And something that you should know is that the samurai retainers are extremely good units. I mean, a samurai retainer can, you know, hold off a unit of Yari samurai, probably die to a full unit of katana samurai, if not to make them fall off the walls. And in this campaign, I'm definitely trying to use more cavalry units because cavalry's good. I want to make a couple more balanced armies. Because I've noticed in my last campaigns, have just been like a ton of samurai, maybe 2 to 3 archers, or just a ton of, you know, katana samurai, and that's not very balanced. You can get you into trouble if the enemy has a lot of archers too. And I was pretty impressed out how long those archers. Oh yeah, there's a trick. If your guys are having trouble killing archers, you click on another unit that's behind them, and then your guys will run through the archers, and then you press an attack order, and your guys will basically be like all into the archers. You know, their morale was pretty bad. And you know what sucks is that those guys still have to climb over the walls to get out of, you know, the city because they can't climb down. But you know, we're not going to let these last, they're going to let these last guys go. Now what I really got to do is I got to pull my general back, or one of these units back, to kill their general and chase him down, because, you know, like 30 Yari Samurai, or not Yari Samurai, 30 Yari Ashigaru, you know, isn't really a lot. Killing their general would be a bigger blow. So I'm gonna leave my light cavalry to chase down the big numbers of enemy troops that are escaping, because they're light cavalry and they're faster, and that's what they're really good for. And the general unit can hopefully run over there and take out their general. Now their general actually looks, you know, he has really bad morale right now considering it's just his army. I've got tons of units in the castle, and yeah. So we're just gonna charge at them. And look, they're just like blood spurting out. Their guys are just dying because, you know, there's just so many enemy troops here. Oh, look at that. Anyway, that is the battle. So we're basically going to go back to the battle results, which was a decisive victory. Yeah, I lost very few troops and destroyed that army, basically. We might have a couple units left, but nothing really too bad.
Unlike the Yari,
We're starting to recruit some Yari samurai also. So this province here is going to be very critical because it, you know, it kind of intersects 3 different factions. So I'm going to upgrade my general. I always do the campaign movement because if you can move faster in a campaign, it's definitely a good idea. So a little bit later in the parts, I'm not going to try to spoil anything, but it definitely goes pretty well. But we have a big food shortage. I think that's in the next part that we have a food shortage. So yeah, we had our battle for the part. I'm looking ahead. Oh, we do have... Yeah, we do have a battle at the end of it, about like 16 minutes in. Doing a voiceover of this. Pretty cool I can do a voiceover in my software. And if anyone's wondering, I'm using Fraps and Power Director 9. I do know there's a Power Director 11 out. But I bought Power Director 9, it was like 99 bucks, and you know, it works perfectly fine. And it still does the stuff I wanted to do. So I do say these in MPEG 4, that is why they're only 20 minutes long, because 1 minute is 100 megabytes. So if you do the math there, you can only upload 2 gigabytes to YouTube before using Advanced Uploader, which will take like 3 days. And we're recruiting. Oh, we actually upgraded our thing here. Now what am I gonna build is the question. Yeah, we have no yeah, we can't upgrade our farms yet, and that's gonna create problems if we upgrade our castles again. I'm recruiting another army here to go oh, there we're looking at roads here. I'm gonna create another army to go attack to the east. You know, this is going to be the secondary army. I mean, it's not very veteran. I mean, I don't even have an army yet, but we're recruiting an army at our capital. And we are at war with some of these people. So we're going to try to attack South Shinano once we have enough forces built at Kai, our capital. Yeah, so live commentary is definitely better because, you know, you kind of know what to talk about. Because you don't really remember. I shot this like a week ago, so I don't remember exactly what happened. Yeah, we got Yari cavalry. That's pretty good because, you know, we are a cavalry force. And I actually did that. I took all my forces out of my capital, which was not very smart. And then I realized that Yari Samurai really aren't that good. You want to go Naginata Samurai and then Katana Samurai as your infantry, because Yari Samurai aren't very good. Yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty pleased with the campaign progress. It is a long campaign, so what's basically going to happen is I need to conquer all the way to our east, like all the way up to the Date lands, and all the way to the west to Kyoto. You get my 45 provinces. Now, I do have a couple allies, and the Isakabe are my best ally I have. They seem to be conquering lots of lands, and later they're going to bring me into numerous wars against other factions. And then, you know, I didn't even have Zen till like the last part I shot. And Zen allows you to build monasteries. Because, you know, religion shouldn't be too much of a factor, but we do have the Iko-Iki around here with their own religion, and that's going to make people unhappy. But no one around this area of Japan, you know. So I probably start doing chi to try to get my, you know, my market, my farms up to date, because we have zero food shortage. And when you have long food shortages, that really hurts the public order. Oh, it looks like we have an army heading between that little area right there, and it's led by a general. I think I have so many men I don't even bother showing that battle because the odds were to my favor. When it's closer odds, then I'll basically show the battles, but especially if you assault a castle with just 1 unit or 2 units inside and I have like 1,000 men outside, then I'm not going to show that. That's not really a point. So it's a coalition because these guys are both allies. And so that's my best army there, and I'm wondering if I should try to pincer them. But, you know, that castle seems pretty strong, and I believe that's going to be our next battle. I do think these guys are going to try to conquer them while they're separated, though. Because they're separated, I think I'm going to come out of the castle, send them packing, and then, you know, divided they are weak. Well, this general here is just going to kill both their armies. And retreat back. I don't want to chase my enemies too far back into their territory. I have forgotten about winter attrition a couple times. I think it's only spring though, but if you chase the enemy too far into these provinces are actually pretty big. Like North Shinano goes like pretty far out east. It's kind of confusing because like east and west are different, kind of, in Japan. I guess west is generally to your left. And we got Zen. Oh, we got Wave Chi, so now we're going to work on that to improve roads. I do not think we have the food shortage just yet. So this time I did remember the that body of the enemy troops is laying there. So this time I did remember to not go to enemy lands when it's winter, because that's not a smart idea to go to enemy lands, because you will lose troops, and every man counts when you're assaulting a castle like that. I mean, it really does. So I basically took some units from the castle, and what I'm going to do with that is with my units from the castle, I'm going to attack, I'm not sure province, is that South Shinano? Yeah, I think I'm trying to steal the Katana Samurai. Yeah, so we're going to end the turn here, and then we're going to try to march into South Shinano. Well, now, one thing I like about Japan's map is that the areas I haven't explored yet, those areas, you know, they are not visible on the map. They're just, you see, like, South Shinano. You don't see the city or anything. Like, it's kind of cool that way, how they make it, like, when you go to a new province, like, the map gets, this is like the current Fog of War of the older Total Wars, but I think it looks pretty cool this way. So now we're going to march in, and I'm looking for that castle. See how the map comes? And they actually had some military there. Well, that's why I'm going to fight this battle. Basically, I was looking at their castle to see if they had one more turn for it to be upgraded, so I wouldn't have to upgrade it. But they were a couple turns off, so it doesn't really matter. Now I'm doing a double strike against 2 of my enemies here. I mean, those archers probably helped that auto-resolve battle there. Don't worry, there's still another battle in this part, but basically we just took out that enemy clan, I think. No, they still have a province up north. Oh, we did. Did we suffer winter attrition? I didn't see that. So now we're going to show you this battle pretty soon. So I'm kind of seeing, like, who my enemies are. Those are my 2 enemies here. Like the Kisu and whatever those, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because I'm not very good at pronouncing names. I'm just going to call them the light blue and, you know, definitely like the Kisu. I like the nation that has the black Kisu. Like, they're like the black Kisu. They have the, they have that ninja symbol and it's black, and they have a white ninja star thing just like them. Let's see if we see them on the, oh, there they are. No, they just, oh, they were right on the top. And honestly, Waco Pirates are not as big a deal here. Look at them trying to research the wrong thing. You know, I think our we got a food shortage. So I'm gonna continue siege for right now and have them get out of their castle to attack me. And I think we have you know, the preview screen and power director is in HD, like the MPEG yet. So I can't exactly see, but I think we haven't hit the negative food shortage yet. And our money has dropped dramatically because we're just have too many provinces. And I was trying to get my guys out there to march on to the enemy lands. The Hojo. Yeah. I was going to try to attack the Hojo and seize that city that has the gold. But we'll see what happens. I don't want to spoil stuff. Yeah, I think we're going to end the turn now, and then they are going to attack. We're going to see this epic battle. Iku Iki. Shoni, I remember them. I swear, there was another faction that was just like the Kishu, but... Yeah, okay, so here comes the battle. I'm going to quick save before, just in case anything bad goes on. And here we are on the battle screen. Now, there's a giant hill in the middle of this battle. And I do not agree with that. Do not agree with the giant hill coming on. I mean, that just seems stupid to have a giant hill in the middle of the battle. Okay, so we're going to try to run to the side, and then we're trying to get my cavalry on top of the hill to try to take this hill advantage here. You know, we don't have any archers yet. You know, I really don't want to take, you know, archers that are just bow guard, because they're really not worth it. I mean, they really aren't. Yeah, so one of my big problems with this battle was that my cav was going to try to get their archers, but they had their spears right behind the cav. I mean, right behind their archers that I was going to try to get. So I was really trying not to tire out my troops. And once they killed a couple of my horses, shooting their arrows on, unfortunately ran straight into their spears. I was hoping the charge would break them, but their general is around. And there's 3 spear units there, so I'm going to withdraw my cavalry, and I put them in the defensive mode right next to loose formation in order to, that helps your cav, like, not try to stay and fight, helps them get them out faster. You know what, I have a, you know, it's pretty even, I mean, this battle, because, I mean, they have a lot of guys, a lot of spear infantry. My problem is I've only got 2 katana and then a bunch of, you know, Yari samurai, which are not the best. So I'm gonna bring my cavalry around and try to hit their archers. But it's basically Yari samurai versus Yari samurai down this middle wing, and their morale's doing really bad. So I'm not sure exactly what to do with this Yari samurai unit, because, you know, they're getting hit by the archers. And then we got enemy units flanking us on the ridge, so it is not looking good right now. We got a ton of enemies in the front, and enemies flanking us from the ridge. So, you know, I was trying to get and attack these archers, but we're going to get sandwiched. We're going to get charged by Yari spears, and then also samurai retainer unit. So I'm not going to let my guys die behind the lines. I'm going to try to save them with my cav. If I do kind of a fake, I was going to try to save them, but then I saw these guys' backs were weakened. And I'm definitely going to try to rout these guys, because that was a successful cavalry charge. Yari cavalry are basically good for their charges. They're not, like, good in a prolonged fight. That's what katana cav are for. But if a Yari cav gets a good charge on a katana cavalry, then they could essentially just win it. Now they're still shooting at me with their archers. I'm going to address that, but my Yari cavalry are taking lots of casualties, and I'm trying to get them out of the fire and bring all my infantry on to the next battle. But we're still kind of, because we got enemy units kind of near us, we're still trying to get the Yari cav to safety. Now remember, I want to keep some of my Yari cav alive to hunt down the enemy troops later, which I will not show you. Actually, I hunt them down off screen now, just to not get you guys bored, because you know you saw this epic battle here. I have a really epic one on top of a giant hill coming up, so definitely stuff to look forward to. And this is my only one I'm doing not live, so the rest should be live, so you guys should enjoy that. And I am appreciating all the support that we're getting for these videos. And you know, I do it by what's popular. Like Takeda campaign was on like my first, second, and third voting for a Total War, and you know what, they finally got there. Pulled a long campaign. I'm just hoping we can finish this before Fall of the Samurai comes. So I'm definitely going to do a campaign on that. I'm still not sure if you can do a USA campaign, but I definitely want to be one of the Europeans. Otherwise, I'll just pick a Japanese faction. Look at all that blood effects. Like, Takeda Shogun is completely just own those archers there. Anyway, I gotta end the part here because we're at 21:50 seconds. Call 221. Signing off. Hope you enjoyed. Thumb it up if you did.